What's up, everybody? It's me, it's your boy, Towel on the Fly. And today we're going to talk about Tobey Maguire, Spider-Man. Now, the reason that I love it, it's my favorite Spider-Man. But I like the story and the parts of it. But the reason I liked it, Peter Parker, as Tobey Maguire, he takes pictures at Oscorp, and then he got bit by a spider. And then he recognized his hand was a spider. He bitten by a hand right here, right over here. And then he discovered his powers for good. With great power comes great responsibility. To use it for good, not evil. And then after that, he gets his revenge on Uncle Ben. Uncle Ben's killer. But on the other hand, he draw his own costume. And the best of all, it's one of my favorite funny scene. He's like this. That's a cute outfit. Did your husband give it to you? I'm like, that is so darn funny. That is so darn funny. It just cranked me up. It just cranked the darn me up. I was so funny. I mean, that was so funny. But I gotta say, that was so funny. But on the other hand, I just like this part. I missed the part I'm sorry. I missed the part when that's my problem. But I just didn't know when he said that when the robbery just get away. When the robbery just ran away, and then he decided to move and let him get away. That's his responsibility, and that was his choice. That's what his choice was. That's what's his choice. But that was his choice, his problem. But I just don't want his problem. I just like Tobey Maguire. He did really good Spider-Man. And I like the part when he was facing the Green Goblin as Norman Osborn. And, I mean, at the parade. And he was fighting the Green Goblin. I just like Tobey Maguire. He from No Way Home, which I'm gonna review that later. And Harry Osborn, which is Norman's dad, Mary Jane Watson, Uncle Ben, Aunt May, and Stan Lee. Don't forget Stan Lee, guys. And I'm really sorry for Stan Lee. But I just really sad for him. He was a good man. He was all the cameos. Trust me, he was all on the cameos. But he got me this picture. With great power comes great responsibility. Just like Uncle Ben told Peter Parker. From that. And I just want to say, Uncle Ben tells Peter, he just can't be reasoned with that. And he told him this. Remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Just like I show you that Stan Lee, that thing. That reminds me, like from No Way Home. And then Tobey Maguire just said it. I was like, gosh. Anyways, back to the movie. The movie review. Anyways, I like the part that Spider-Man was fighting the Green Goblin in the fire building. The fire building was so good, and I liked how Green Goblin screamed, and that was good. And the fighting was so good, and Mary Jane, and most of all, can Spider-Man come out to play. And then he got it from No Way Home. I was like, I cannot believe it. And I'm gonna review that one. And I'm gonna review that one on No Way Home. Soon or next month or something. No, but for right now, I just liked it. I just like how he said those words from this movie. But for now, I love the movie. But for for right now, Spider-Man and then Green Goblin caught Mary Jane and the kids from the other side. He was like this. And I was like, whoa, that is two sides. I was like, I cannot believe it. And then he let go. That was what's his choice? Save Mary Jane and suffer the little children. And I was like, and I was like, that is two guesses. I'm like, how are you gonna save them? And then he let go, and then he has no choice. What's his choice? Save Mary Jane or the children? And it was both. So he saved both, and it was done. And then he destroyed the Green Goblin. And after that, he was destroying the Green Goblin. Norman recognized himself. And then Peter saw him as the Green Goblin. I was like, oh my gosh. I've watched it when I was a kid. I watched it as a kid. I just loved it. And then he said this, Godspeed, Spider-Man. And then he flipped, and then he almost got killed. And then Norman killed himself. And then he said this, Peter, don't tell Harry. And he was like this. Ugh. And then I was like, OMG. I cannot believe it. And then Harry saw Spider-Man carry Norman to the couch. And then Harry said, what have you done? What have you done? And then he grabs a gun, and then Spider-Man just swing out of nowhere. And then that was it. That was it. I just couldn't believe it. I just really want to watch it again as a kid. I'm a huge fan of Tobey Maguire. I'm just saying, he did a really good job of the suit. He did a really great job. He did a really good job in the movie. He did great. So this is for my video for today. If you haven't seen Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, the first movie, make sure you get that movie. And if you haven't seen Spider-Man No Way Home, don't watch it yet. Just watch the rest of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man movies at all time. So, like and subscribe, and click that notification bell, and click the description below that which Spider-Man is the good one that I like. The first Spider-Man movie character is Spider-Man, MJ, Harry Osborn, or the Green Goblin, or anything else. So this is Tyler on the Fly, and this is a scene just for you.